a leader among the 4As.
If you look at the Northeast State.
Test.
Hello.
Once it gives us a timer right here, we're good. Oh, I'm playing intro. For the intro, good evening, folks. Kendallville, Indiana is the place we are at right now. Kevin Yale along with Steve Roberts. Coach Paul Newberg on the camera, and he'll have him in with as well.
Little voice.
Here it is.
Yeah, welcome to the Voice Network. Tonight we've got a Northeast State Conference matchup with two undefeated teams. The Lions have made the trip, as Steve said, to Kendallville, sporting a 4-0 record. The East Noble Knights also undefeated at 4-0. So this is the... Hey, Steve?
Yes, sir.
This date has been circled on everyone's calendar, and it's not just because of the Johnny Appleseed Festival.
I would agree.
This is the game of the week. The Lions at the Knights.
Yeah.
See who can take charge of the Northeast State Conference, and I don't know if you'd like to share your experience watching the Lions so far this year.
Well, so far the Lions have done a really good job of working the ball on both sides of the field, on offense and defense. They come out 4-0. They're giving up a Class 4A low, 6.75 points per game on average. Their starting defense has only been scored on one time in the first half, and that was last week against a pretty tough New Haven team. Now, we talked before on The Voice with whoever it was, either Paul or Mike or myself, about that being the first part of the test for the Lions, and I tell you what, if that was the first part of the exam, they have a tough final ahead in East Noble.
Yeah, the Knights come in here. They're coached by Coach Luke Amstutz. After 4 years at Angola, he's now in his fourth year at the helm here at East Noble. They opened against Hammond Morton, then 6A Warsaw, Huntington North, and DeKalb, and ran through that schedule successfully with 4 wins. You're talking about putting up points. Well, the Lions have put up this year 156 points, second in their conference. East Noble's put up 165 points.
Right.
And I did circle on my program quarterback Andrew McCormick. He's a 10th grader wearing number 12. He seems to be a key to the East Noble offense. He beat out a returning senior quarterback.
Yeah.
And he throws the ball all over the place. He also is their leading rusher. So
yeah, he's the
12.
He's the fourth rated passer right now in Class 4A. I looked on Harold's the other day. He's doing a lot of phenomenal things for them on the offensive side of the ball as a sophomore. So their defense giving up a total of 75 points. That's 18 and change, just under 19 points per game. So both high-powered offenses, both pretty stout defenses, and we should have ourselves a pretty darn good game.
Yeah, I think that the test for the Lions, Steve, is going to be the Lion running game matched up against this East Noble defense. If the Lions can get Tyler Hensinger and Lambright and Karsten going.
Right. We talked about turnovers and things of that nature last game against New Haven when it was some similar conditions, kind of wet. You got some customers. You got some fans out here with umbrellas and ponchos and what have you. Now, this field is a little bit unique compared to others that Leo has played on in the past. This is one of the brand new turfs, if you can see on the screen there.
Absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely.
And weather resistant.
Weather resistant. It's got the rubberized, Grastro turf, if you will. So you'll see a foot drag and a rooster tail of black rubber behind it. So that can get slick at times, so I hope they brought their turf shoes. But in a game like this, like I said, it can come down to turnovers.
And we're just about a minute away from kickoff. The Knights are on the field. We're waiting for the Lions.
And you hear
this is
roar.
Big Blue Country. It's a beautiful stadium. It's a large stadium.
Yes.
And the home side is just packed with big blue supporters.
Yeah, it is homecoming.
It is
so
homecoming.
They got a little.
And Steve and I, when we take our road trips, we like to do the eyeball test across the way and check in on the Leo travel factor.
Yeah,
and it looks like some of the Lion fans are still in the parking lot.
That could be,
and
to be perfectly honest, I think the only expense that they spared on this entire stadium with the millions of dollars with the field is probably on the opposing bench. There's a good 5 rows there probably for the opponents to sit at.
Visitors not welcome.
Visitors not exactly welcome with open arms.
Well, we do know that the Lions travel well. We expect a big turnout here tonight. We are under threatening skies, and as we gaze northeasterly over Bixler Lake, we're seeing some dark blue. So I'm glad that we're inside. Paul Newber's got the camera. He's filming through the glass, but that is a weather necessity.
Indeed. So we focus in on your screen right now, folks, on the coin toss. I believe Leo is going to be able to call in the air as the visitors.
This pregame show is brought to you by T.W. Fable, located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Club in Bluffton. It features fine dining Tuesday through Saturday. Looking for a great place for lunch? Visit the Grill.
The 250 Grill.
The 250 Grill down in Wells County.
So Leo did win the toss. They deferred to the second half. So they're going to go ahead and kick the ball deep to the East Noble Knights.
So it'll be we do not have to wait much longer to see this East Noble offense on the field. I'm anxious to see them.
I would imagine that both coaching staffs kind of like this outcome of the toss. East Noble wants to get their offense on the field, and I don't think the Leo coaches mind having their tough defense out there to see if they can shut them down right out of the gate. That's
a great point, Paul. As you said, both coaches, you got to like whatever you get. Whatever way the coin toss goes. But I agree. It's going to be a good test, as we'll see BVG, Ben Von Gutten, the sensational sophomore kicker. He's 147 pounds and 140. That is his leg. So he's going to put the ball deep and back deep for the East Noble Knights. We got number 3, Blake Swigert, as well as number 2, who is not on my roster. Number 2.
Deep for the Knights?
Just call him number 2. Do you have 2?
I've got...
there he is.
Number 2, Trey Bruce, and number 3, Jake Torrey.
I'm looking at the freshman roster. Why did I have that in my hand? Who's the guy? Who's fired? Somebody's fired for that.
Production truck.
BVG's kick is away.
And it goes deep. Let me clear the graphics so we
can
see the action,
2.
folks.
This is Trey Bruce.
And Bruce gets wrapped up again, and brought down.
Excellent coverage. Mason Kern and others wrestled Bruce to the ground right about the 21-yard line. So we're going to see the Knights in action, and we'll try and set the Knight offense for you.
Go ahead, KJ.
Okay, at quarterback, number 12, Andrew McCormick. At running back, number 28, Charlie Miller. The wide receivers, there are many. Number 5, Dylan Hurley. Number 85, Justin Galavez. Number 3, Jake Torrey. And number 42, Nate Ogle. And we'll introduce the linemen after the first play. We'll see what McCormick does. He's got the field spread.
Yeah, it's a 5-wide set. They let him sneak through.
Yep.
One block, a nice block that is. Got about a first down.
So he found Dylan Hunley. Nice little screen play set up.
Yeah, essentially it was just a naked screen there.
Yeah, they like to throw it all over the place.
Without a huddle, they're back up to the line.
Yeah, it's going to be 9 yards at about the 31.
Oh, they're moving the chains, Steve, so...
Oh, they are.
They were rewarded. 1st and 10 Knights.
Same 5-wide set. Lions playing soft off the top 3 guys on the left side. Looks like they're going to change the play.
Empty backfield. It's flanked by number 42, Nate Ogle.
There's a quick in. And that's caught again by Dylan Hunley. So far, a couple of pass attempts from McCormick to Hunley and a couple successful catches. Total gain there, about 16 yards with the last 2 plays combined. So we're going to have a second and fairly short, about 4 yards for the Knights.
And Knights right about their own 37. The Leo Lions in white with the purple piping. The East Noble Knights in blue and gold with white pants. Leo sporting the away jerseys, purple numerals, and the trademark purple helmet.
It's a read option that time.
He kept the ball.
Kept
McCormick.
McCormick out of an arm tackle.
And he's going to be right near the first down marker.
It looks like he did have enough.
Yeah,
for
our
it.
vantage point makes it a first down. We'll see.
As you can see by your screen, we have a pretty good vantage point, KJ.
Well, that's just one of the many
out the cameraman.
nice things about this facility.
And thanks to the moving pictures brought to you by Coach Paul Newberg.
This is the Voice Network, Allen County Voice, bringing you every Leo Lion football game this year, home and away.
McCormick drops back,
McCormick.
a pump fake. He's going to get picked off on the right side, on the left side of the field, and that is Zach Sauer. Totally read the route and jumped it. A great play, and now that's a 2-for-1 based on the coin toss there, Paul.
That's a great job by the defense.
The Lions will set up shop in East Noble Knight territory at the 33-yard line.
So a huge turn of events with a turnover. They were looking for the deep route, a little pump fake early, had him go deep and beat him. And
we could see Sauer just sitting on that one.
He camped out, and I think he was probably the only guy that McCormick didn't see waiting on it there.
Like a cover 2 safety, and he just took his half of the field and read it perfect.
Indeed.
Here's Kloffenstein with an I formation.
Craig Kloffenstein's going to hand it to Hensinger. Hensinger hit in the backfield by number 24, David Salazar, and took him for an extra yard or two after the first impact. So a pretty solid run there by Hensinger.
Yeah, but the Lions come out in the I. Mm-hmm. Hensinger follows the fullback. He had to spin and give second effort to pick up 3. So they're calling it 2. We're calling it 3. Second down and 7. Kloffenstein and the Lions in I formation.
It's going to be a quick screen. This is outside to Trenton Bonner. The speedster tries to get away from the one man, and he doesn't. Brought down by 23 that time. Xavier Van Allen.
Xavier Van Allen from his cornerback position.
So we've seen last week and this week now they're liking Trenton Bonner to get into the mix as he runs the play out and Sauer comes in this time. He has speed for days and then some.
They're capitalizing on Trenton Bonner's speed.
So a third down, a pretty pivotal on the 27. Got 4 yards to go. And this is Kloffenstein. It's a quick in route to Sauer. He's got enough for the first down and a little bit more.
He's near the 16-yard line.
Huge first down on the opening drive after the interception from Sauer. So not only Sauer gives the ball back to the Lions, but he also keeps the drive going on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, if you just joined us, the Lions intercepted East Noble on East Noble's first drive. I think the Knights reeled off about 3 quick first downs. The Lions then returned the intercepted pass to about the 34. And Kloffenstein and crew are driving. They're at the 16.
So this time a little bit different look. You got 2 wide on the left, on the right side, and a shotgun. Hensinger beside Kloffenstein. It might be a jet sweep. It is. Bonner keeps it, gets through the first level to the second, inside the 10-yard line. A great run. And we just talked about it there. They're getting Bonner in the action, giving him a chance to, the first time they ran a little swing pass screen to him, this time a jet sweep to the left, and he was able to knife through the first level.
Yep. Tripped up by Kenny Cook, and it is a first and goal.
Coach, from what I've seen in the defense so far with Zach Sauer coming back in, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a corner route that fade into the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, and that's a great call. We have seen Sauter call that play, and it's usually to Sauer, just a little fade over in the left side.
First and goal from the Knights 6. This is Hensinger.
Bumped outside. A good job of getting inside that time by David Salazar.
He's past the 4.
Yeah, there was definitely a blown block assignment on that one. And Hensinger got his wheels knocked out from underneath him just enough for him to go down after the second initial wave of East Noble Knights came through. So
yeah, we've got just about 8 minutes remaining in first quarter. The Lions trying to break out on top and be the first on the board.
So we got second down.
And goal
from the 4-yard line. Kloffenstein under center, single back, Hensinger. And it's a pitch to Hensinger on the outside. He cuts it in and is brought down for no gain that time again. So the defender on the edge did a good job of keeping contained, making Hensinger cut back inside there for no gain.
Yeah, so that East Noble defense we were talking about, they have tightened up here inside the 10-yard line.
3rd and 4. You have to think it's nearly an automatic chip shot field goal for BVG, but if you're the Lions, you want to get the ball in right now.
That's right.
Or do you go 4-down territory here on the opening drive?
I think it kind of depends on how close they get to the goal line here on this play.
Sure.
Gunnar Brown in man coverage, top of the screen.
Kloffenstein will pass. Incomplete. It was intended.
That was for Lambright there.
Yeah, for Lambright. Good play defensively.
And they are bringing in the field goal unit.
So we're gonna,
I like that. I like that call by Coach Souter. You went to the well and came up dry. So you have a strong leg on the kicker here, and he's going to attempt about
20, 21 yard field goal.
22 yard. Yeah, about 21.
Let's go with 21.
From the left hash.
As Ben Von Gunten will try to split the uprights.
And a
bad snap, and Von Gunten goes down. So the Lions, who had the ball at the 4-yard line, come away empty-handed.
That is not what you want to see after a huge turnover, a good job of marching the ball down the field, a chip shot field goal, and a bad snap. So the East Noble Knights are going to take over.
Von Gunten did make the scoop, and he tried to sprint with it, calling fire, but the defense was all over.
It was a little too late there. So maybe the weather, maybe the water on the field from the little precipitation we have here, maybe that had an effect on the ball. I couldn't tell you. But McCormick in the read option again. And McCormick is tripped up.
Yeah, he gets about 5. That's Andrew McCormick, the 6'1", 190-pound sophomore quarterback. Kept the ball, picked up 5.
East Noble in the same set. Looks like they're going to change the play.
This time he is flanked by Charlie Miller, his running back.
Nate Ogle changes from the right side to the left side of the line. Now you got trips left with a
and
read
it's Charlie
option
Miller.
In the backfield.
No, McCormick kept the ball after the fake to Charlie Miller and picked up about 4.
Yeah, so they're really utilizing the read option that time, and they have been the past few plays. It's been successful for them so far, and the majority of those read options has been McCormick reading and then not giving the handoff and taking it himself, as the running back usually winds up getting hit pretty hard on a lot of those.
Yeah, Miller did get. He received it.
Yeah, so Charlie Miller in the backfield again. They got 4 wide receivers, 3 over the left out of the shotgun. It's a quick screen pass out to the outside. It is complete.
To number 7.
I think that was Jake Torrey, number 3, I believe.
3, Jake Torrey on the reception.
Yeah, yep, it was Torrey.
Second
so both teams liking to use the quick little dump passes out in space and let the speedy guys do what they do. You know, we talked about Trenton Bonner being pretty quick, and Torrey's 5'9", 180, a real similar build, and probably pretty quick in his own right.
So here are the Knights, complete to 42.
That's Nate Ogle. So just a quick dump over the middle to Ogle that time, and that's a big chunk of yardage for the Knights.
Yeah, they're into Lion territory. Ogle's a 240-pound, 6'2" receiver. He was looking a little Gronkowski on that reception.
Yeah, against the Pittsburgh Steelers when they just didn't cover him. Could just let him run free, because that's what happened on that particular play. So now McCormick gets an audible from the sidelines. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the opening quarter. On the 47-yard line, it's a sprint right, and that one didn't have enough mustard on it, as that pass was intended for Torrey.
Okay, that'll stop the clock. That'll give the Lions and the Knights a chance to take a breather. We can thank the University of St. Francis, known for quality academic options and dedicated professors. You'll discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. See for yourself what USF has to offer. Visit online at usf.edu. And here's McCormick. This play is blown up in the backfield by
Austin
Rinker.
That was amazing. That is one way to hurt a read option. Just tackle both guys. Just go after both of them. And that time, running back came out of it over the left side, and he stayed on him and chased him down, and that was 23, who was the recipient of the barrage from Rinker there.
So McCormick comes out on this series. Incompletion, thrown for a loss. The Lion defense has the Knights in a 3rd down and 15 situation.
Right, that was Van Allen that was the recipient there of the read
explosion.
option and the Rinker time bomb. It's a fake. That time it looks like they might call a false start. Hard to tell.
It'll still be 3rd down. It's just that the Knights might have to travel 20 to get their first down.
That does look like that is the preliminary call as we get the official word from
Illegal procedure.
man in the white hat. So they're going to walk it back 5. Back
to the 44-yard line. So here we are, 3rd down and 20.
41 to 3-yard line, but either way, you're still in back in East Noble territory, which is a sigh of relief for the Lions after a huge first down there by Ogle over the gut. A couple of good stops by Leo, and now a faux pas on offense from the Knights, and here we are.
McCormick with the running back flanking him. Over
Going
the middle again.
Oh, and he almost had it picked off again that time. That was Bo Carpenter on the coverage.
It was another Ogle play. The throw was just off the mark. And,
it was Ogle the middle, or over. Anyways, horrible
Carpenter
punt.
there to make the play. 4th down situation. We're going to see our first punt of the evening.
Or will we?
I think we will.
Just to
we
let
probably
our
should.
fans know this thing at home, we do have a slightly obstructed view a little bit, and on that transition of this punt, we may have a little blockage with a window barrier.
Right, that is true. And that's a quick punt
by
and
McCormick.
A short one.
The punter was McCormick. He pooched it. Gets a little bit of a night roll, and the Lions will take over at the 28. 28, like I said. Like you said, yes.
Like we said.
Well, why don't you thank the YMCA? They are
the YMCA is
the Voice Network
a fine sponsor of our Voice Network, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA, that is. They have a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and childcare for that matter, for the youngins, KJ. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. Visit fwymca.org.
And Kloffenstein's ready to go. The change of possession.
And now it's Leo's turn to be offsides, and that's gotta burn your biscuits if you're Coach Jared Souter. Opening play after a good defensive stand and a punt there. It's going to take him back 5 from the 28. Back to the 23. So Leo comes out in 4 wide. Hensinger in the backfield with Craig Kloffenstein. Oh, and he threw it just a little bit behind his receiver, Gunnar Brown, that time. He did have him wide open in coverage.
And the offensive
in
line
space, rather.
Gave Kloffenstein time. Brown was open.
So sorry for that. Sometimes the camera that we have, folks, likes to snap back to 0 zoom. So this is our learning curve here with Coach Newberg as his first time on the camera. And it's not a fun battle, so thanks for helping us out, Paul.
2nd and 15. This time Kloffenstein with a nice hookup. Near first down yardage on the receiving end there was Gunnar Brown.
Yeah, that time they just ran a bubble screen underneath, and he had a lead blocker right in front of him. And you saw Gunnar kind of letting him lead the way like a shopping cart down the aisle.
And it looks like 15 yards were needed, and the Lions picked up 14 yards and 2.5 feet. 3rd and half a foot.
Lions in a single back. Kloffenstein under center.
He sneaks
it's going to be a quarterback sneak. And
initially he moved backwards, but there was a nice surge and a 2nd and 3rd effort by Cray.
Yeah, Hensinger gave him a little bit of help. We'll see if they're going to call that. It looks like they're going to stop the clock and measure it at the 42-yard line with 3 minutes and 37 seconds here in the opening quarter from Kendallville, Indiana.
You're listening to the Voice Network. We will be bringing you every Leo Lion football game this year, home and away.
Yeah, and we also want to take a quick time while this measurement being brought to you by Grable Insurance. Their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. Grable Insurance on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park in the greater Leo area. And that is going to be enough for the first down. So you're right, KJ. The additional help and surge there from Mr. Hensinger helping out his quarterback get the extra couple of little inches there,
If
Paul.
Cray would have been 6 foot rather than 6'1", he would not have made it.
This is true. This is true.
It was one change.
Stellar insight here again from Paul Newberg. That's why we bring him on the road.
That's right.
So Leo 1st and 10 on the 42. Now they're calling it the 43. It's an option to the left, and this is Hensinger. Not a whole lot of room on the outside, and he's brought down.
Hit hard by
Ogle.
Ogle on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, so not only he catches balls down the middle, but he also makes plays outside. And looks like that was enough for him to come out as they make a substitution. And Leo is going to see what they can do on 2nd down and 9. 3 minutes and ticking as we speak. Opening quarter from Kendallville, Indiana, folks. East Noble is the home team. Leo Lions on the road in this NE8 battle. Kloffenstein with Bonner in motion. It's a jet sweep to the right, and this is Bonner. If he gets some room, he might have a chance. He does get room.
He does have a chance. He might go.
Trenton Bonner on the outside, trying to go all the way, and does down to the 21-yard line. A huge play. The 22. Regardless, it's a huge play for the Leo Lions. He picked himself up a good 30-some-odd yards, 35 yards. Thank you, Paul Newberg, the math guy. That's the other reason why we bring him.
And as mentioned earlier, the asset of this year's Lion team is speed.
And Trenton Bonner is the speediest of the speed.
And when you see the two teams on the field and Bonner gets the ball, there was a speed differential.
Yes.
Between Bonner and the guys that were trying to catch him, and
right. And the only guy that was able to catch him, I don't have the number, I apologize, but he had a great angle of pursuit, and he was on that angle to the sideline before Bonner got to the sideline.
Now Kloffenstein finds Sauer.
And Sauer able to knife in just like he did on 3rd down earlier.
Near the 10-yard line. Umbrellas are going up, some rain falling. We got some slippery conditions out there, but the Lions have their most impressive drive of the evening.
Indeed.
They were stalled at the 4-yard line after a turnover, but this drive began way back. They had
at the 28, and then a penalty, so a 23-yard line.
They've been driving since their own 23. Kloffenstein tries to keep things going. Snapped over his head. We talked about the wet conditions.
And Kloffenstein's going to pick it up.
Yeah, he's going to get it back to the 18.
He tried to salvage a little bit out of it there.
Minimize the damage, but it was an errant snap.
Indeed. Already, that coaching staff's not going to be happy with the center with 2 bad snaps.
Yeah, I absolutely would agree with that.
I would really love to see that fade route to the corner with Zach Sauer.
Well, 2nd down and about 17 yards.
Although Zach Sauer is coming off, looks like he's a little hobbled or something. He was crouched over.
Might have got roughed up on that last one. Couldn't really tell.
Yeah, clock it.
Or it could have been on the completion before, too, as well. So
1:46 remaining in quarter number 1. The Lions trying to score first, but we said that earlier. Here are the Leo Lions inside the night 20.
Good snap that time. And Kloffenstein goes up top, and it's caught in the back of the end zone for a Leo touchdown. That is Gunnar Brown. A beautiful pass that time from Craig Kloffenstein.
17 yards to Brown.
I called the fade route, but it was the wrong receiver.
Totally wrong. Well, in your defense, the receiver that you called had to leave the game for the play, at least.
So the Lions have jumped out on top 6-0.
A great call by Coach Paul Newberg.
At 1:32 in the first quarter.
And we're going to go ahead and bring up the Subway and University of St. Francis scoreboard with Leo in favor on top so far. 6-0.
Let's get a good snap, and Ben Von Gunten
and
splits the upright.
Is good. So a beautiful play, just a perfectly executed ball and catch in the back of the end zone for Gunnar Brown. And that is going to be a 7-0 Leo lead over East Noble. As you can see in the top of the score, board there. A minute 32 left, and we're going to take a brief timeout and play a little bit of action here from our good friends at Marcos, or someone. Or not. That is haunting. Okay.
Well, Marcos is located in downtown Leo, if I'm allowed to translate the audio from our ad.
Please do.
And they serve not only pizza, but wings, subs, breads, and many other delicious items. Marcos also offers catering, carry-out, and delivery. That's Marcos Pizza in Leo.
Yeah, the guys in the production truck are fired. They're having a slice of Marcos
as the Lions
right now.
line up to kick off and as Ben Van Gunten gets ready to tee it off, it is 7:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Friday night, so we know that Marcos is probably having their phone ring off the hook. But call them, order a pizza.
That number is 260-627-2227. 227.
One of the few numbers I have memorized.
Right, Marcos.com as we see BVG with the kickoff
here.
If you
tell the good people at Marcos that you're listening to the Leo game, thank them for sponsoring the Voice Network. That makes this broadcast possible.
Van Gunten deep, down to about the 2-yard line. This time is taken by number 3 again.
This is Jake Torrey.
And Torrey is brought down. A nice tackle there, open field tackle by Mason Kern on the special teams. And he had a little head of steam going there, KJ, and brought him down about the 29-yard line.
Kern has the knack. He has the kickoff coverage knack. Torrey, though, we were talking about team speed. Torrey's demonstrated some speed here already tonight.
Are you, or are you just tired of the same workout?
All right, just trying to
playing with the audio player.
Little audio player there. It seemed like it had a bit of an echo. Not sure what that's all about.
Well,
folks.
The Knights have 1 minute and 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and they're going to try to answer the Lions from their own 28. This is McCormick, and he's dropped for a loss.
Lambright by Mr. Lambright.
Made just a great ankle tackle, if you will.
Yeah,
and
on smaller, speedier guys like McCormick, I wouldn't say smaller. He's 6'1", not short by any means. But on speedier guys like that, sometimes all you get's the ankle, and when you get the ankle, you got to take the ankle.
And it was a sure tackle, sure-handed. Here's Andrew McCormick. After the loss of 4, now a flag.
And Austin Rinker was a flinch on the right side, and they're going to call him for offsides. I don't even really think he crossed the neutral zone, if you ask me, but nobody asked me, so that will give them 5 yards.
Cancel out the fine defensive play the Lions had on first down.
Indeed, so it's going to take them.
Yeah, give McCormick a 2nd and 8.
The Lions are playing a little unique. They're going to a 3-4 defense tonight because normally Austin Rinker's playing outside linebacker. Today he's playing at the defensive end spot. Because of the spread formation, they've had to bring in an extra defensive back, and they've taken one of their down linemen out.
Right.
So Rinker's down to the defensive tackle position.
And that time Lambright was not going to give it up to Mr. Ogle. Don't call me Gronkowski.
McCormick to Ogle, incomplete.
So 41 seconds left here in the opening quarter from Eastside High School. Third down. Eastside, I am so
They're
sorry.
The Blazers. These are the Knights.
That's like day and night. East Noble High School. Sorry about that. East Noble Faithfuls. 3rd and 8 on the 31. McCormick under center. No backs this time. Letting them all come through for a screen, and they have a head of steam. And the ball came out, and it looks like it's going to be...
Did the Lions fall on it?
Looks like it's going to be a Leo ball.
Dylan Hunley had breakaway yardage. He gave a little second or third effort right about the 50-yard line, but he coughed it up.
Yeah, so now they're gonna confer, and they're gonna talk and see if he was in fact down.
Okay, this is a big call.
So personal foul, roughing the passer.
Oh, that changes a lot.
I'm not sure where that came from.
Well, the flag is sitting back at the 24-yard line.
That's where it came from.
So that play, as we were following Hunley down the field, we didn't pick up on that.
So yeah, yards from the spot of the
McCormick
ball,
was hit near the
which
24
will be enough for a first down.
Yeah, they did the play that they came out with on the first or second play of the ball game where they had no running backs in the backfield. The quarterback drops back for what is basically a screen, letting all the defensive line come through and just chucking it down there to Jake Torrey, and he did the rest. Well, the same thing happened that time, and I didn't think it was a late hit by any means, and maybe the ref saw that they had too many people hit him. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't think it was a penalty to have too many people hit a quarterback, but nonetheless, the flag is down,
and
it's a first down for East Noble.
As opposed to a Lion possession on a turnover. The clock is at 31 seconds. We're still in the first quarter, and there are some happy Big Blue fans.
Indeed. And a majority of them, you can kind of hear them down in front of us, KJ. They were saying, oh, he was down, as in Jake Torrey, the running back. Thought he was down by contact before the ball came out, but it's all a moot point because the Lions roughed the passer. So 46-yard line is the spot. 30.7 seconds left, and this is McCormick out of the backfield. Shotgun. It's a fake to Ogle to keep.
Here
and
goes
he's got
McCormick.
Some room.
First down and more. Into Lion territory at about the 39.
So another pretty decent job of running. That time with the read option again by the East Noble Knights.
Well, in the pregame, we said Andrew McCormick, leading passer, leading rusher. He has certainly demonstrated his rushing ability here tonight.
Indeed. So we have McCormick.
This will be the last play of the quarter.
5 seconds and counting.
No, it's a reverse pass.
Tricky.
Ruled incomplete.
Yeah, I think
the tailback pass, and they were looking inside the Leo 10-yard line for a receiver who was totally covered up.
Yeah, he was covered. I think you don't get a flag there because I don't think it was catchable. He underthrew him by a good 7-8 yards. So,
my apologies for having bad camera work there. I got faked out too.
Hey, that happens.
Hey.
The play was
that's why it was a trick play.
A reverse from the right over to the left, a double pitch and a pass. And every one of the Kendallville faithfuls, or East Noble faithfuls, as it were, was
calling for.
They were calling for that flag. Absolutely. But nonetheless, that is going to do it for the first quarter of action.
We got one quarter in the book, and the Lions are up 7-0. You're listening to Allen County Voice and Northeast 8 Conference Football.
I'm going to cue up a commercial or two, and we'll see if we can get this puppy to play. But meanwhile, KJ, who's our sponsors?
Well, we've already thanked Marco's and St. Francis and the Y.
Grable Insurance.
And Grable Insurance, so I think we should thank Indiana Physical Therapy. Their highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments, and they accept all insurances. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, visit indianapt.com. That's Indiana Physical Therapy. We'd also like to thank the University of St. Francis for sponsoring our pregame show and our scoreboard. We'd like to thank Subway for sponsoring our scoreboard.
Eat fresh. Gotta love it right there.
And the YMCA, they are now this year sponsoring our Player of the Game Award at the end of the game.
Indeed they are.
And we just hope that Paul Newberg doesn't sing the Village People YMCA while we give the award tonight.
Oh, I thought you laughed. Right.
It's time for the second quarter.
Here we are. Looks like Coach Newberg is going radio silent, as I think we had a little bit antsy start there on the receiver.
Yeah, I thought number 5, Dylan Hunley, took a step.
That is going to be the call, so well spotted, KJ. Happy to be with you on a semi-rainy night, folks. Little humid.
It's humid.
Here in East Noble. Steve Roberts along with KJ, Kevin
Skies.
And he's
great
looking
football.
for all of it on the outside.
Oh, Hunley was one-on-one operating against number 9, Stanton Haney.
Yeah, McCormick just kind of sailed that one. They would have taken a pretty special pass to get to him, and he overthrew him there by about 5 yards.
But the good news for the Lion defense is that the Knights are backed up in a 3rd and 15 situation now. Based on field position.
And again, 3rd and 15 from the 45.
I was going to say, is this a I don't want to look too far ahead, but will the Knights punt? They are across midfield, but just barely.
Let's see if they go with the read option here. Play clock under 10 seconds. It is a read option.
Watch McCormick. He goes to the air.
And that was almost picked, and a nice job there by Hundley becoming the defender.
As Haney had it in both hands. And Stanton Haney, number 9.
I was going to say, that was, Haney and Hundley. It's starts with a H and ends in an E sound, so yeah.
So we are looking at 4th and 15, and I'm curious.
The 45-yard line.
Will the Knights be punting?
Coach Jared Souter going to send Gunnar Brown back to return what could potentially be a punt.
McCormick is a multifaceted individual. We'll see what he does this time.
It is a punt.
It's a quick kick.
And that looks like it should carry into the end zone, and it does for a Leo touchback.
So the Lions will start out at the 20. The Knights have to be a little disappointed in that punt.
And we're going to try and take a quick word from our sponsor at the YMCA.
Or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Mind when the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today.
Okay, sorry about that, folks. Apparently we have some reverb on a switch that never had reverb before. We learn so quickly around here at The Voice. Nonetheless, we're just going to go manual.
As I understood,
understood,
the young lady in the ad, Steve, she was talking about the full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, classes, indoor pool, and childcare at the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA.
Indeed, and I was looking down at the switchboard, and I totally missed whatever 6-yard gain Leo just got for 2nd and 4 from the 26-yard line. This is Craig Kloffenstein. A stiff arm on one, a stiff arm on another. Gets a block and a positive gain that time for the first down. A great run by Craig Kloffenstein. That, folks, if you're watching at home, is the way to utilize a stiff arm. You open up your hand, you put it in his face mask, and you shove him to the turf. 1st and 10 for the Lions at about the 32-yard line.
But 2 different defenders had outside position on Cray, and Cray fought through them and managed to pick up a first down for the Lions.
Indeed, and that all starts with carrying the ball in the proper hand. If you're running to the right, the ball's got to be on the outside so you can fend them off with your left. If you're running to the left, it's got to be the opposite. So first down and 2 from the 32. It's a quick pitch out to Hensinger. Gets a block on the outside. A pretty good block there.
He will pick up a yard at most.
Right, so something we saw last week where the Lions were able...
2 yards for Hensinger.
Yeah, something we saw last week where Leo was able to exploit was getting to the edge really, really quickly on New Haven, and they didn't have a whole lot going up the middle. Well, it kind of seems like the opposite thing that we're seeing so far right now. Leo hasn't been able to get to the edge with Hensinger, the running back, on designed sweep plays. That jet sweep worked really well earlier for the Lions with Bonner coming out of the slot, so we'll have to see what they come out with here on 2nd down.
But they have not been able to establish Hensinger yet.
That's true. That is true.
The East Noble defense, very stingy.
A quick move. And Kloffenstein is just making these guys.
He is. These are courageous individual efforts by Kloffenstein.
Exactly. It almost looked like a screen pass the way the defensive line was able to get through there. Cray made a quick move to make the first guy miss and then just got him in space, and he's basically kind of Michael Vick-esque out there, except for he was cranking stiff
Very
arm.
much.
I don't think...
He's got some speed. He's also out there at 6'1", 185 pounds. He is a physical runner.
I lost Paul in the ears. Did you lose Paul?
I can't hear.
Can you hear me? You can hear nothing.
This is Cray again. Into night territory at the 37. So as we were singing the praises of Cray Kloffenstein, the runner.
Yes, sir.
He just out his best run of the evening.
And we have a Knight down on the field. Unfortunately, I didn't see what happened there.
He was trailing the play.
Can you hear me now?
I guess I turned Paul down. I'm
Production
sorry.
truck was not on the game.
Yes, sir.
Hey, by the way, are there other games tonight?
I don't know.
If you hear about any, would you let us know?
I'm not on the Twitter.
That's the thing. I am on the Twitter. And
you're on the
Twitter is great in terms of having updates.
And that was 23 that was down. That's Xavier Van Allen. We saw a lot of work from him earlier, but he was able to come off the field on his own power, so that's a good thing to see. Never like to see anybody get hurt.
I did hear an update from the corner of the press box saying 7-0 Snyder over Carroll. That's a big matchup.
That's
in
a pretty
SAC.
big SAC matchup. Exactly, Paul. All right, let's reset the action here with 9:44 and counting. Ball on the 38-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for the Lions. This is Kloffenstein back to pass. He's going deep. He's got a man, and that is caught. And that is a touchdown on the left side by Bo Carpenter. Another beautiful pass there by Craig Kloffenstein, and he had a line on him from the get. A huge play for Leo, and that's going to take them up to 13 points here in the opening half with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left.
And what was the distance on that pass?
I'm going to give that a 38-yarder.
38 yards from Kloffenstein to Carpenter.
So BVG on the field for the extra point as we try to fight around the old obstruction that is these windows in the press box. BVG, and the point is good.
That'll make it 14.
So with all the reverb and everything that we got going on, that extra point was brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh. You can find Subway right on the old main drag in the greater metropolitan area of Leo. Stop in there today. Get yourself a little slice of goodness.
I'd like to thank Subway and our other sponsors. We also have been asked this weekend, Steve, by our friends in Wells County to promote the Bluffton Street Fair.
The Bluffton Street Fair,
this
absolutely.
Is one weekend per year when the Voice Network, schools, and broadcasts all point people in the direction of Bluffton. That street fair is coming up.
I think I got this. If you want to listen to it, it might come through.
15 Bluffton Street Fair will soon be here Tuesday, September 22nd through Saturday the 26th, with daily and nightly activities to keep kids of all ages entertained. From parades like the opening day parade, decorated golf cart parade, antique and classic car parade, industrial parade, and the high school marching band parade, horse and pony shows, musical groups, Poor Jack amusements with special wristband days, the Street Fair band, idol competitions, local vendors, and did I mention food? Plenty of it. The Bluffton Street Fair starting September 22nd. Visit BlufftonStreetFair.com for a complete list of activity.
Did he mention food? Is the question. Did I mention
I think
food?
there was food, fun, activity. Bluffton will be the epicenter of Street Fair land this week.
And that's a hefty boot that time, down to the 1 yard line.
Is that 3, Torrey?
That's 2.
That's 2.
A lot of run, and there's a penalty on the field.
Trey Bruce returned the kick.
Yeah, Trey had a pretty good head of steam going and brought him back to the 25-yard line.
Well, we're looking at the scoreboard, and the guests, the Lions of Leo, up 14-0 with 9 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the first half. We are in quarter number 2. This is the Voice Network. We have traveled to Kendallville. Now on the opening kick, there's a flag, and the Knights are backing up.
Yeah, that's most likely a block in the back. Anything in the vicinity of there, probably a hold. Like I said, block in the back, something like that.
The umbrella update, Steve, is umbrellas are down, as in not necessary at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. You look across the field at the huge stands of the visitor sides, and you don't see as many.
6 rows.
Right, all 4.5 rows. You don't see as many umbrellas, regardless.
Yeah, and on the home side.
Unless you're from Indiana, irregardless. Which isn't a word. Anyhow, McCormick.
We're going to watch McCormick operate from his own 12-yard line.
And underneath, and that time
it was Charlie Miller.
It was Charlie Miller. He got tripped up by his own man there. I don't think it was really brought down by a Lion defender. So that's going to keep the clock rolling with 9 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the half.
And Miller rolled for 8 yards. McCormick's looking at a 2nd and 2 from his own 21.
Now East Noble running more of a power running back formation.
They shifted a running back to the fullback position, and Charlie Miller follows a lead blocker.
Yeah, it's kind of a shotgun.
It's an impromptu
stacked
lead blocker.
Right, exactly.
8 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Lions having a little time getting set there. It's a read option again, and this time McCormick is brought down in the backfield, hit first by Mr. Lambright.
So the Lions have tightened up their coverage of McCormick. That was one of their better defensive efforts.
Yep, so Leo looking to get a stop and get the ball back and put up some additional points before halftime. And we did mention in the opening set the Lions won the toss, and they'll be receiving the second half kickoff.
Well, a hard count fooled number 42 of Leo as he jumped.
We don't have a number on 42.
Well, he's lucky. Because he jumped off sides, and we're not going to call his name.
42, you know who you are. That'll be enough of that. Anyhow.
Well, he was lined up directly over the ball, and I think McCormick just hard counted him.
Yeah.
Enticed him.
So East Noble out in a 4-wide set. Running back. It's a read option, and it's going to be Rinker chasing down McCormick, and he's able to get outside and just throws.
2 flags. So after McCormick released the ball, Rinker was providing pressure. And 2 quick flags.
Intentional grounding.
Oh, and they're going to throw intentional grounding
in the area.
And fans, the reaction on Steve Roberts' face was that reaction, don't even tell me that they called a personal foul on Rinker.
Yeah.
But before they could even tell you that,
before they could,
it was an intentional grounding call.
See, I just held my tongue.
One of the things you have to understand about high school football is there's no such thing as a pocket.
This is true.
There's no tackle-to-tackle box like
Indeed,
the pros and in the college.
That's a great point,
Yeah,
Paul.
that hurt McCormick on that play.
I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, and you have to have a receiver somewhere within 40 yards, which there wasn't anyone there.
And the big thing, too, is that's a loss of down penalty.
Right.
So they not only get the penalty yardage, but it's 3rd down and 16 now.
3rd down and a long way, and it's not from the 36, it's from the 26. Excuse me, the 21-yard line. Get a push there or not. So Leo kind of in a modified spread 4-down lineman defense. Here's that again. That screen pass where they let everybody go through out of shotgun and just kind of leave McCormick hanging out to dry. And they put it on his shoulders to dump it over the pressure and get the guy down the middle. And he missed the pass that time. So
I don't know if he was looking for Torrey or whom, but
yeah,
the main key here is that 4th down and 17 has arrived. And Andrew will be kicking from about his own 15, and the Lion kick returner is right at midfield. So the Lions are, it's Bo Carpenter.
That is Bo.
The Lions are poised to have outstanding field position here.
We'll see what kind of punt he can put on it. It's an end over end.
Here's Bo.
He's going to let it go, and that's a pretty good idea to let that one go. It's going to take a pretty favorable bounce on this turf.
Credit McCormick because he got his foot into that, put it past Carpenter, and got some roll.
Yeah, well, the thing was is he put up a little bit short, and as opposed to have him run up there to try to make the play on it and risk fumbling or something like that in this inclement weather, he just let it go. That was a good job. Still, Lions take over at the 30-yard line. A 14-0 score is the current ticker on the Subway Eat Fresh scoreboard. Also brought to you by St. Francis. The University of St. Francis is one of our favorite sponsors. And here we are at, again, the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. 3 wide to the left for Craig Kloffenstein, who's done a lot of the work here in the first half. And Hensinger up the gut. And this time it's Hensinger for a pretty solid run of about 4 yards, real close to 4 anyhow.
Yeah, number 62, Ethan Mag brought him down. But, that time Hensinger had a nice hole. He got through it quickly.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Jared Souter and you want to establish the running game, now's the time to get it going. While you have a 14-point lead heading into the end of the first half.
I found some scores for us.
Get yourself a dose of Hensinger, and Paul found some scores. What do you got there,
Garrett,
Coach?
14, Eastside 0. DeKalb, 6, Columbia City, nothing. That would be an upset in the NE8.
That's a...
Kloffenstein's got pressure. He went down. The East Noble fans are asking where his intentional grounding penalty is, but Cray got rid of it as he was falling.
Yeah, and
there was a receiver.
Yeah, the receiver could have made the catch, and there was one there.
Certainly with
New Haven 19, Norwell 0. Norwell struggles continue.
We might have seen that one coming.
Angola 7, Lakeland 0.
Go Hornets.
Go Hornets.
Northside 14, Wayne 3.
Okay.
Snyder, Carroll are tied at 7.
Oh, so the Chargers mounted a touchdown to bring that one to knotted.
Jay County over Bluffton 8-6, an ACAC game.
Third down for Cray. Lots of pressure. And he's driven to the ground by 62 Ethan Mag and several other teammates. That time, the pressure got to Kloffenstein.
Yeah, the Lions really got to do a better job. If they're going to choose to pass on these downs, they have to do a better job, Paul, of blocking up front and not letting that strong side pressure come through.
Yeah, those other touchdown passes they've had, they've done more of a quick drop. That was more of a deeper drop, a 5-step looked like. So
we're going to see
Cray's
Ben
not having a chance to set up on the 5-step drop.
We're going to see Ben punting away. Not a great snap.
Gets a pretty good punt off.
Yeah, Hunley takes it as a fair catch right around the 41. Number 5, Dylan Hunley, a 6'1", 175-pound junior. He went fair catch on Ben's punt.
Yeah, so we're seeing BVG put the air under it the last couple of games with the punting. He hasn't gone with the old rugby style end over end.
Well,
let
we
it
called
run
that
for
the pitching wedge last year, the pitch and roll
yeah.
kind of thing.
Right.
But
he's gotten away from it. In a field like this where it's 100% perfectly level and it's going to get a really solid bounce, you thought he might have went to it that time.
Yeah,
but
you saw how it worked to McCormick's advantage when he punted.
Indeed.
But if you are the Knights, you've got 6 minutes to get something on the board here and make this game, change this game.
It's a handoff underneath, and that's going to be about 5 yards.
So the last 2 series, we've seen the Knights make an adjustment, run Charlie Miller behind a lead blocker right through the line interior.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're looking at offensive line versus defensive line on this side of the ball, with the offense being the Knights, you really have to give the edge, especially on the run game, to the Knights. I mean, they're getting off the ball and they're getting fairly decent chunks of yardage almost at will against the big front of the Leo Lions. So we'll see if Leo's going to put any pressure on him, come back, and it's thrown outside. And
lots of great collision there. That was Torrey.
Yeah, that was
Torrey on the
outside,
receiving end.
and he was hit by a Pride of Lions that time.
Torrey got first down yardage, so this night drive has crossed midfield. 5 minutes and 23 seconds remaining.
And we've seen East Noble do it a lot this evening, is spread it to the outside quick and let the guys do the work on the wings. And that was the same result that time. Didn't really get any farther downfield than a yard or two, and it was caught in the backfield, and he had room to go. So McCormick out of the backfield. It's a read option. It's a pass to the outside again, and this
Torrey
time
is wrapped up.
Bo Carpenter was the first guy to get there, and he didn't let him out of his grasp. So a good job of reacting and learning from the last play, and they just basically ran the same thing to the right side, and Bo Carpenter was there.
He did, but the receiver was so far away from McCormick that it took the ball quite a while to get over there. I mean, the kid's got a strong arm, and
That's
Carpenter
true.
was able to arrive at the same time as the ball. So credit Carpenter with a good play defensively.
So with that loss, it's on the East Noble territory, the 49-yard line, as the whole team looks for an audible.
Coach
3 wide on the left.
Stutz has McCormick in the right play. McCormick rolls
It's
left.
a sprint to the right this time, and it's through the hands and caught by Ogle.
Ogle was
through the hands of number 5, Dylan Hunley. And look what I found. from Ogle happened to be at the right place at the right time. And if you're Leo, you just got to scratch your head and say, hey, okay, next play. Let's move on.
Well, I can't see through Ogle's helmet, but I think he's laughing right now.
I wouldn't disagree there.
4 minutes and 14 seconds prior to the half.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't the audible they called when they brought that in from the sidelines. Through Hunley's hands to Ogle. I don't think that's like on two, go.
Okay, 2 receivers stacked up here on the near sideline.
And they have 1 defender on them.
Only Haney facing them. And McCormick keeps the ball, takes it to the 30. Big pile up, including Jahan Allen, Rinker. McCormick was hit hard there, but he did pick up about almost 4.
Yeah. So second down and a short 7 or a long 6 from the 30-yard line. 3 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in the opening half. McCormick's going to get the call from the sideline. Play clock at 6. It's a fake to Ogle. McCormick knifing up the middle to about the 35-yard line, maybe just short, and that's going to be short of a first down. So, KJ, they're coming out with a third down and pretty manageable with 3 minutes and counting here.
And it's been a nice drive for the Knights. They did have the one, fortunate Ogle reception, but other than that, they are running the ball.
Yeah.
And this is what East Noble needs is they've got to cash in and get something on the board. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the quarter till half.
And off up the gut. And that's going to be enough for the first down there for Charlie Miller once again. So East Noble working the ball and working the clock, which is actually going against them. They're in an offset eye with a shotgun. It's a handoff to Charlie Miller again, and that time he is hit hard there by Clevis Parker. A nice job of staying at home and reacting to the run there was Clevis Parker.
A gain of about 3.
Folks, just a quick reminder, the University of St. Francis is known for academic quality academic options, and dedicated professors. You'll discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. As McCormick rolls out, almost picked off that time. A good job there by Bo Carpenter jumping the route.
He did. He broke in front of that receiver.
Yeah. Tell you what, that would have been, and he had nothing but green in front of him, too. He had the jump on anybody in the whole field, and he probably would have taken it to the house.
And this is the big play of the night. It's 3rd down and 8.
16-yard line.
Yeah, the Knights.
Anyway, see for yourself what USF has to offer. Visit online at sf.edu.
The Knights can get a first down at the Leo 8.
They run
3rd and 8
to the right.
from the 16.
Doesn't look like much coverage on the
East
slot.
Noble fans are on their feet.
The 2 fans in front of us are? Yes.
And the Knights take timeout.
And they're going to talk about it.
I didn't say every East Noble fan was on.
That's true. You didn't. I'll give you that. So, folks, this timeout is brought to you by Adams Memorial Hospital. Healthcare close to home, if you live close to Adams. Sports teams can utilize the professional services of the sports clinic led by Dr. David Coates. Orthopedic care close to home. That's the Adams Memorial Hospital.
And let's thank Grable
Insurance.
They are the loyal, longtime sponsor of Leo Sports here.
Indeed. Their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. Grable Insurance on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park in Leo.
Just in time, we were going to resume action. A well-timed call to the sponsors.
So 3rd and 8 and 16. KJ, you mentioned this is a huge
I think play of the night.
So far.
Unless they go for it on 4th down, that'll be the play of the night to date.
But they need 9 yards. They're at the 16. It's 3rd and 8 to go. The Lions shifting over the whole defense.
Ogle in the backfield with McCormick. McCormick to the outside, overthrown. And incomplete.
Lions took a gamble right there. They had twins out to the right. They had one guy playing up on him, and the other guy was basically back in a safety-type position. They gave him the throw underneath, and he was going to be there to make the play and kind of I'll meet you there and see what happens, but he sailed the ball that time.
Well, let's see what happens on 4th and 8.
And I think this is definitely 4th down territory.
This is not a field goal attempt.
They were really trusting the Leo safety to make the play one-on-one with that quick screen there to the slot
Indeed.
man.
And now it looks like they're giving him the same type of
3 receivers
three
up
on
top
two.
wide.
Now Bo
Here's
Carpenter.
McCormick batted down, and the Lions will take over. So a big
huge play that
defensive
time.
stand by the Lions.
Austin
Batted her
Rinker
down.
came through in his face like Dikembe Mutombo and gave him the finger, the wagging finger, that is. Anyhow, Leo takes over, 1 and 53 seconds left, and that was, so far, the Kevin Yale play of the game.
That's a stop.
That's huge.
If the Lions run out the clock, hold on to the ball,
they get the ball back,
they can walk away with a 14-0 lead at the half.
And they will receive the opening.
And the Knights have to be disappointed. That was the best
half.
drive of the evening. They got down to the 16-yard line.
It was.
Lions come out with power eye.
It stalled.
Yeah, we talked about.
Now the power formation, like Paul said.
And this is Hensinger.
Hensinger behind Lambright.
I talked about a little bit last drive. They're probably going to get a dose of Hensinger and start working the running game to chew down that clock. And that was with 7.5 minutes before they had the big drive there by East Noble. And now we see a pretty solid run there up the gut out of the power formation, as you mentioned. You have Lambright.
Up 5.
Yeah, you have 5-yard gain with Lambright in the backfield along with Hensinger, and I think that might have been Parker as well.
Okay.
Not
Austin
Austin
Power,
Rinker.
right?
I'm sorry, it is Rinker. Well, I couldn't tell the number. So, yeah, it's a stacked I formation, and they got the beef back there, going to let them set some blocks, and nobody blocked that time, and that was number 24. We've seen Salazar get in there all night.
That was a surging defensive line. They took it to Leo.
We've seen him get in there all night.
A loss of 1. It's 3rd down and 6, and 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Timeout.
Okay, we will stop the clock.
And this timeout's probably brought to us by Marco's Pizza in Leo, Indiana.
Well, let's think about Marco's. It's located in downtown Leo. Serves more than just pizza.
Wings, breads,
Cheesy
salads,
bread.
Subs.
Cheesy bread.
subs.
Cheesy bread.
Do they have cheesy bread, Paul?
Many other
bread.
They got
delicious
cheesy
items. They also cater. They offer carry-out. And as my household is well aware, there's delivery. That's Marco's Pizza in Leo.
Well, that sounds all good, but how do we get a hold of them?
Pick up the phone, 627-2227.
That's right.
You might be able to order online. And
Marcos.com, one of the favorite websites. Save it as a link on the homepage of your smartphone or tablet, folks. Marcos.com.
And we would like to thank them. They sponsored our football and our basketball last year. They're back with us this year. Subway is a sponsor as well.
Lots of good food.
That's why our scoreboard that you see on your screen on your laptop does have a little. Does it have a little Subway logo?
It's there.
We're looking at a smaller version of what
A
you see.
quite small version.
So it is our on-screen Subway scoreboard. So I want to give them a little credit. It shows
Absolutely.
Lions up 14-0.
Kaufenstein out of the shotgun. This is Bonner. He's looking to get outside. He does. And Bonner could go all the way. He's got one man to beat. And this time, he is not going to get him. Trenton Bonner for the touchdown.
A 79-yard run on the reverse. But that was the speed differential we referred to.
Man.
He ran away from the other team.
Indeed,
what
he did.
A play call.
And I tell you what, Xavier Van Allen is probably one of the fastest guys that East Noble has on their team, as well as David Salazar, and he was able to get free from both of them at the end there, folks. A huge play, a huge call on 3rd and about 5.5 from the 21-yard line, as you mentioned, a 79-yard touchdown on the jet pitch left to Trenton Bonner. And BVG adds the extra point, and I will add the extra point too. the Leo score on the Subway scoreboard. Also brought to you by the University of St. Francis. And, man, there is not much you can do about the speed that, Paul.
He had a couple of guys that had a small shot at him there around the 30 and the 40.
Yeah.
And once he broke that, it was a foot race. One guy with a dive had not a bad pursuit angle.
Oh, no, and that's what I'm saying.
Judged his speed a little bit.
Indeed. And that's exactly what I was saying. Xavier Van Allen, I didn't think he had even as much of a shot to catch him as he did, and it was pretty close.
Yeah.
But
that was probably one of the most impressive speedster runs I have seen.
I agree. I agree.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the clock. It would have been nice if he would have used up a little more time, but
I
might be critical of the best player.
Well, true.
Well, ask the New York Giants about what happens when you don't take the score when you can get it.
Right.
But Trenton Bonner now with 4 huge touchdown plays on the season. That's the only ones I know of.
Yeah.
He's got 3 kickoff returns.
The opening 3 kickoffs of the season, all consecutive.
And the 79-yard touchdown run. So he's got the big play capability for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw it even earlier with the jet sweep and a 35, 36-yard run. And then again, I talked about him earlier. He's got a
2 carries,
amazing
100 yards.
Oh, way more than that. Yeah, 100.
The Lions
change.
made the big defensive stand on 4th and 8.
Right, and this is
and
BVG.
we thought they would try and run out the clock with the power eye.
And that's
they
number
struck for the big
3.
one.
That's
Torrey with a big return. He is across or near midfield. So a nice answer. Garton, number 14, Tyler Garton did drag him down, but
Taylor
Garton. The number 3, Jake Torrey with a great return.
Yeah, he caught a couple of blocks there that time, and that's you need that if you're the East Noble Knights right now. You were down 14-0, and you're thinking, okay, Leo's just going to win the, try to run the clock down and clock it. 3rd and 6, we stop him here, we got a chance, and then boom, you give up a 79-yard touchdown to Wheels there.
We thought the first half action was winding down, and it was downshifting into 14-0. This is over.
Right.
And
Trent Bonner and Coach Souter had a different idea.
As did Torrey on the return, because McCormick now has a chance.
Oh, and that was nearly picked off, and that is a
Gunnar
different.
Brown, number 5.
Right, that's Zach Jenkins in there taking the snap.
Okay, so the senior does come in at quarterback and relieve McCormick. He's got a big arm.
Yeah, as you can see there, he got the ball down the center of the field about 20 yards in a pretty quick amount of time. It went through the hands of the receiver, and Gunnar Brown was bobbling it to make the interception and didn't come up with it that time. So second down.
Got a good enough offense.
We're watching Zach Jenkins
I agree.
run the less
it's
than
a pump
1 minute
fake, and
drill.
he's going down the edge. And that one's
Picked
not going to be.
By Brown, but there is a flag right near the spot where the interception took place. Brown has coughed it up, and the Knights have crossed the goal line, but we're going to have to sort all this out.
A whistle. Officials got a whistle as though he spotted the ball.
So several things happened.
Yeah, so
flag.
We saw a flag at the 20.
Interception.
And Stan Haney is probably going to get called for the flag there on pass interference. Gunnar Brown made the interception, took it to the opposite side of the field. Little whistle, a little wrestle, little fumble. And with a 21-0 lead here, the East Noble Knights being down, they're going to cling to any sort of life they can get in this last 20 seconds, 0.7.
But it looks like the interception's been nullified because East Noble's offensive unit is on the field, and they're going back to the area of the original line of scrimmage.
And we just did get the official word there from the referee. It was a pass interference on the defense.
But what could have been even more costly was if that would have been a fumble, and East Noble was looking to scoop and score. And they could have gotten a touchdown very easy, which would have made it back in the game. And would have been a huge momentum turn there. This penalty is going to be enough of a momentum. It's going to be 15 yards from the spot, which is going to move it to the approximately the 40-yard line.
About the 40-yard line, yeah.
I think it's 15. Maybe it's 10. 15.
The clock is reading 20.7 seconds. So this last minute has been packed with action. Stepped off into Lion territory.
Yeah.
So we still have Zach Jenkins in the game.
So you get a lot of emotion from the East Noble faithful down here. They see the flag after the pick, and they're like, oh, yeah. And then they get the fumble, and it's like, oh, no, don't call the flag. We want the touchdown, because they had to easily strip the ball from Gunnar Brown, and would have walked it in the end zone, and they did. But nullified nonetheless. 40-yard line, 20.7 seconds left. It is senior backup.
Not sure what that call
I think
is.
an illegal alignment.
Illegal formation, too many.
Illegal
formation.
substitution, or I don't remember that signal.
I didn't even see the call. Sorry, gentlemen. An eligible man downfield, but the play didn't even happen. So how's that?
Not exactly sure what the call was there. It was a 5
It's going to be 1st and 15 from the 45. 20 seconds left. A backwards pass to Ogle.
Ogle to the air.
And a good job that time by Zach Sauer. He just went up and did the old Shaq block.
You know, almost as if he had a badminton racket.
Knocked it down.
Yeah, he just knocked it down, which is what he's supposed to do. 13 seconds remaining.
So a double pass there. A fairly decent throw by Ogle. Got it up in the air.
Ogle was under pressure, and he launched it.
Yeah. There was about 4 to 5 Lions around the receiver there.
The Lion to night ratio was at least 2 to 1.
Indeed.
30
They're
yards
definitely
downfield.
in a prevent defense right here.
Yeah, 13 seconds.
Right.
More Zach Jenkins action here.
Jenkins gets the snap, drops back. He's looking for Ogle on the side, goes through his progressions, and that time he put a little bit too much zip, and it was unable to be taken care of.
Jake Torrey.
From Jake Torrey. A little miscommunication there. I think he threw a little bit behind him. Torrey was running an out route, and he threw it more toward the numbers than he did toward the sideline that time, KJ. 9.4 seconds left. Ball on the 45-yard line. East Noble, Leo Lions, Kendallville, Indiana, AllenCountyVoice.com.
Bringing you every Leo Lion football game this year on the Voice Network.
Quad to the top side. Going to go
Jenkins.
Hail Mary.
Jenkins. Rinker applying the pressure. Now Jenkins going to the end zone.
And it was easily defended and nicely defended that time again.
Yeah, I think he got the wind knocked out of him.
I think he landed directly on his back.
The Lion defender, Haney or Sauer?
Haney's there. That's going to be Sauer.
Okay.
I don't think that's
No, it's
Sauer.
not Sauer either. Sauer's walking off on his
or-
own accord.
I wouldn't think that's 10.
That's
10
not
would be
correct.
Kloppenstein.
Haney.
19.
Let's play Guess the Lion. That could
Jason
be
Gauze.
Jason Gauze.
Jason Gauze.
So anyway, folks, with that incomplete pass, it does bring up 4th and 15. There is 0.4 seconds left. So if you're East Noble, you got one more bag of
Do it again.
one more in the bag to play with tricks as far as that goes.
It is homecoming here, so there'll be some festivities at halftime. We'll check out and play a few ads.
Hopefully.
If we don't play a few ads, we'll leave our sound live so you can check out some of the homecoming activities. Keep an eye on the screen so you'll know when to come back for that third quarter.
Make sure you leave with the best coverage.
Homestead's up 35-6. I'm not sure who they're against tonight. Southside. Southside is a Leo Lion sectional opponent. Dwinger up 14-7. Dwinger also a sectional opponent. Woodco leads Valley. Tippy Valley 6-0. DeKalb and Columbia City tied at 6.
I was going to talk about that sectional at halftime. That's the sectional.
Did we get a number on the down line there? I did.
That was 19, Jason Gauze.
Oh, it was Gauze.
It was
Okay.
Gauze.
And he's dropping back again.
Jenkins to end the half.
He's going nowhere that time. That is Jahan Allen along with Taylor Garton in the backfield. And that'll wrap up for the first half. A very good game played so far from the Leo Lions on both sides of the ball. They're going to get the ball at halftime. We're going to try and play a couple of words from our sponsors, and we'll be back with you on AllenCountyVoice.com.
The office on Pony Express Run, inside the Mercantile Office Park, directly across from Higher Grounds Coffee House, and see Ray Gage or Arnie Myers. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of East Allen County High School athletics. Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com. You know that Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo offers delicious pizza, but did you also know they have wings, subs, bread, and many other items that are also delicious? And did you know you could order online at marcospizza.com? And did you know they have catering to help out with that party, meeting, or any event? And did you know they have carry-out and delivery? Well, now you know. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo has pizza and so much more. You can get carry-out, delivery, catering, and order online, or call them at 627-2227. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo.
It took Subway restaurants to do flatbread sandwich great, fresh roasted until its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. You may have had other flatbread, but once you sink your teeth into this appetite-busting mountain of flavor, you'll know this is the real deal. Get any of your Subway favorites on our full-flavor flatbreads and let your taste buds sink into the delicious depth of goodness. Subway of Bluffton, eat fresh with 2 locations to serve you in North Main and inside Walmart.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you are looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. T.W. Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360. This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
All right, we're here with the Grable Insurance halftime show. I've got a nice little echo going. All right, let's see. Oh, there we go. Got some nice little echo going. All right, we've got the halftime here, 21-0 at East Noble. I wanted to give you a little bit update on some other scores around the area. All right, the Warriors are leading. I'm not sure, actually. I'm sorry. 29-7, Dwenger over Northrop. I'm kind of going to scroll through Twitter here as I do this. At the half, Adams Central leads Heritage 14-0. All right, let's see here. Halftime, Woodland 42, Southern Wells 6, and that is at the half. Woodland's got themselves a very good and very strong team. All right, 7-7, Snyder and Carroll at the half. Dwenger 36, Northrop 7 at the half. Northside goes up 35-3 on South with a 90-yard touchdown run. Fumble recovery. All right. Concordia with a quick striking drive to cut the lead at Lures, 28-21. Concordia at the half. All right, so Concordia up on Lures. That would be an upset there. Lures has been dealing with a lot of injuries, especially to their quarterback. Wawasee at Northwood is delayed until 7 p.m. tomorrow. The Eagles lead Prairie Heights 42-0 on a quick strike touchdown to start the third quarter. All right. Northside up 42-3 just before halftime. Oh, we got a lightning delay at Warsaw. Not too far, a little bit farther west of us and south, but Warsaw having some lightning. Snyder Carroll tied at 7 at the half. Jay County 22-20 over, I believe they're playing Bluffton. And DeKalb at Columbia City in a lightning delay as well.
A lot of lightning out there tonight.
It
could just be heat lightning, most likely, if they're not really getting the precipitation on the field there, Paul.
So this could be interesting. I think Steve's got some stats for you here. While you're doing that, Steve, I'm going to go ahead and check the radar for us.
Sounds good, Paul. I'm going to put up on the old screen the halftime statistics as we see now them overlaid. Actually, let's clear all that real quick, and we'll put it right back up. Leo up 21-0 at the half. 96 yards passing for the Lions compared with 64 for the Knights. 166 huge rushing yards for Leo. A majority of that coming on the run by Trenton Bonner. He has 3 rushes for 128 yards with the touchdown. The biggest one of those being a 79-yard scamper in the last minute of the opening half.
That would be a 42.6 average.
Thank you, algebra stat guy extraordinaire, Paul Newby. That's why we bring him, because, well, him sitting in the truck without a headset, he's just doing math by himself, and it's frankly sad. So that's why we bring him here in the booth. Nonetheless, take you down the page there. 62 rushing yards, no turnovers for the Lions, and 1 for the East Noble Knights. That was a pass that it was McCormick threw, and Zach Sauer was just camped out on it on the opening drive of the game. So aside from that, a pretty clean half played by both teams, Paul, and not a ton of penalties. We did see some a little bit later in the second quarter, which proved to be a little bit costly on both sides, but overall a pretty clean game.
Yeah, the problem was, I think, some of the plays and the penalties came at inopportune times and really were drive killers. And I'll tell you what, I've seen this out of the Leo defense. The Leo defense will bend. They'll bend. They'll give up some yards here. They'll give up some yards there. They'll let it, they did this with New Haven a little bit last week. They've even done it with, they did a couple times with Angola, a couple other places that teams didn't score on them. But they'd give up a few yards here and there. But then they would just keep grinding and grinding and grinding, and then they'd get a big play. They'd get a sack on first down, and it'd be 2nd and 15. And all of a sudden, the yardage game, and they can sit back and pin their ears back, and you got linebackers like Lambright and Parker and Rinker coming at you. Man, it's tough.
It is. It is. And you see the bottom there on your screen, folks. 11 first downs for Leo, 11 first downs for East Noble. I keep doing that. 11 first downs for either team, respectively. But Leo's came out with 21 points. So the defense, as you mentioned, and I mentioned at the outset, giving up only 6.75 points per game, a Class 4A Indiana best as far as the defensive side, and they pitched a shutout in the first half so far. So,
and this is an offense that can score points.
Indeed, and we talked about they scored 175 points in their own right, which is 41.25 per game over the first 4 games if you're scoring at home.
Who's the stat man now?
If you're scoring at home. Let's take you down a quick reset of the first half there. In the first quarter, it was 1:32 left on the clock, and it was Craig Kloffenstein, a 18-yard pass to Gunnar Brown. A very nice, just perfectly placed, a little bit of air underneath it in the back corner of the end zone. Gunnar made a great catch, and the extra point by BVG, a.k.a. Ben Von Gutten, if you haven't heard that 100 times, was good. Taking it to the second quarter, Craig Kloffenstein, a deep ball for 38 yards, caught it in the back of the end zone, was Bo Carpenter, number 2. The BVG extra point was good again. And number 12, with 52 seconds left in the second quarter, Trenton Bonner, he took a jet pitch to the left, 79 yards, and I tell you what, you blink your eyes and he already scored.
Yeah, it was an amazing run. Made a couple of guys miss early, then got out in the open field and just turned on the speed, and nobody could catch him.
Yeah, so the leaders so far for the Lions, we have Craig Kloffenstein, the quarterback, 6 out of 9 for 96 yards, a couple of touchdowns without a pick. Andrew McCormick passing for East Noble, 7 of 19, 64 yards, no touchdowns. He did have that opening pick we mentioned from Sauer. And Zach Jenkins, nothing for 3, and Nathan Ogle, the big Gronkowski-like receiver, had a little pitch pass, and he was empty on that one as well. So rushing for the Lions, 3 attempts for 128 yards total. Trenton Bonner averaging 42.7, and he has the touchdown on the ground for the Lions. 5 carries and a lot of stiff arms for Craig Kloffenstein got him 29 yards. Tyler Hensinger, 9 runs for 21 yards. And we talked about that earlier as well. Hensinger's going to need to be getting going for the Lions, and that's the thing that the Knights have been doing a pretty good job of thus far, is stopping him from getting to the edge. And when he's running up the gut, he's not getting a huge chunky yardage.
I wonder if they'll come back with that power I formation and just try to grind out some first downs. And also, the Lions are not – Jared Souter is not ashamed of or scared of just simply taking the second half and running the clock, grinding the ball out, getting a few first downs here and there, running 5 minutes off the clock, moving it 30 yards, punt it to the other team, and then let his defense take over.
Indeed. You know, the team that wins is the one who has the most points at the end of the game. So if you can fast forward this score to the end of the game, you win. And if you're Jared Souter, you do that any way that you can get a chance to do it.
And one of the things I hope the coaching staff is telling these guys is that this offense is really good for East Noble. They didn't put it together and didn't get it in the end zone this half. Most likely, they're going to put the ball in the end zone in this game. And these kids can't come in and be defeated if they do get a touchdown. They got to keep fighting and keep grinding and keep doing what they've been doing the whole time. I'm trying to pull up the radar here. We do have weather coming. We do have weather coming here. We've got lightning delays all over the place, and it is possible that we could see. I cannot get the radar to upload on my phone here in the press box completely. So, but there is yellow and red, not red, but yellow near us. We got 50 seconds left here. I don't know if they'll put another 3 minutes back on the clock after these homecoming activities.
They look similar to Homestead. They're similar colors.
Yeah, the trusty word from the sky that we have now online. I just got a text message from Coach Waybright telling us that everybody is starting to delay around the area. We have not had anything here to signal any need for a delay, but I wouldn't doubt that it could be possibly coming. So we will keep it here as long as we can and keep talking to you and help you with updating scores, and most of the scores are probably going to be the same as what I just gave you since everybody is starting to delay.
Paul, we're getting the teams back on the field, and 3 minutes on the clock. Thought it might be a good time to look at the sectional matchup. You mentioned keeping that eye on Bishop. You mentioned keeping that eye on Bishop Dwenger. The Lions play in sectional 20. It's Leo, Fort Wayne South, Fort Wayne Dwenger, Mississinewa, Logansport, Marion, New Haven, and Fort Wayne Wayne. So when we get into that postseason, we'll be very anxious to see the draw and see how that thing plays itself out. Presently, though, it would seem as if Leo and Dwenger are the heavyweights in sectional 20. For the East Noble Knights, they play in sectional 19. We're looking at the Knights right now as they're back on the field and they're starting to stretch. Sectional 19 is East Noble, Plymouth, Northridge, DeKalb, Columbia City, Northwood, Wawasee, and Angola. And I think we remember Northridge from last year. Northridge eliminated the Lions in sectional play.
That we did.
So the East Noble will head towards sectional 19, the Lions towards sectional 20.
And we also remember a fairly frigid game in Northwood in Napanee, I believe.
We really did. We enjoyed our trip to Napanee, Indiana last year. The Lions, on that cold night, took out Northwood Panthers. Oh, was that ever a great game. Then they came home and lost to Northridge. Now, it was the previous year, 2013, where the Lions were eliminated by these East Noble Knights.
That is true.
At Lion Field, either a 9-7, it was a 9-7 or a 10-7 game.
Right. So, a little bit of, maybe a little bit of revenge possible for the Lions who played there a couple years ago.
And you know, every time you do a game, you're going to have that 1 minute where you aren't quite sure. You know, like what are we going to announce? Leo Statman Brian Kaler,
here we go,
guys, shared with me tonight's amazing stat.
Tonight's amazing stat brought to you by Brian Kaler.
The last time the Lions lost by more than 3 points.
Okay. Paul is signaling 2013. Was that your final answer? He's shaking his head yes.
It was in 2012.
Oh.
A 20-6 loss at Garrett. It's when the Lion ACAC conference victory streak ended.
Okay.
So the Lions, since 2012,
when they've gotten beat, they haven't gotten beaten.
Have not been defeated by more than 3 points.
More than 3. That's something.
They have losses too, as we mentioned. East Noble in sectional play, Northridge in sectional play, Bishop Luers in regular season play. We can count the losses on one hand. That's the strength of the Leo Lion program.
Indeed.
And thank you, Brian Kaler, for tonight's amazing stat.
Indeed. It looks like
it's time.
It's time to get the second half going, and the passing of the headset is going over to Paul Newberg. He's a righty. He's got it switched around. That's there we go.
All right. The officials just saw lightning, so the lightning is in the area. They are sending the teams to the locker room, which is going to make a mandatory 30-minute delay.
It is a 30-minute delay.
So this could be the beginning of a long evening because the 30-minute delay is from the last bolt of lightning. So if in 20 minutes they see another bolt of lightning, then they restart the 30-minute clock and they wait from there. So I'm sure that they are also going to make some kind of announcement and ask most of the fans to leave the aluminum bleachers as well. So we will stay here. I'm going to take this opportunity while we got a little bit of a delay for anybody listening for our Leo Lion fans, try and give you a little bit of a Leo Lion update in terms of other athletics. All right, we got the boys football team here, as we've been telling you all night, 4-0, currently ranked, I believe, 5th in the 4A poll, and they're off to a great start, as you've heard here so far. We also have the Lady Lions volleyball team doing fairly well this season. I am not sure on a record this year, but they are doing okay in their NE8 action. We also have the boys tennis team, who is currently ranked, I believe, 8th in the state at 12-1 or 13-1. Their one loss coming to Homestead High School. They did have a nice win over Carroll High School earlier. They play tomorrow in either the Homestead or the Carroll Invitational, and they are having a fantastic season under the direction of Coach Grubbs there with the boys tennis team. We have the cross-country teams. I know that Coach Waybright and Coach Minnick there both have a big meet, I believe, at West Noble tomorrow morning. If they don't get delayed by any of this weather, they're calling for tomorrow morning as well. But they're doing okay. They have a couple more weeks before they go to the conference tournament for their first shot at the NE8. Coach Waybright with the boys team and Coach Minnick with the girls team. And I will speak to the team I know the most about right now, and that would be the girls golf team. Girls golf sectionals already. Yes, we are sectional time already. Actually, there were a couple of sectionals around the state today and teams advancing to the regional. But the Lady Lions go to the Angola sectional tomorrow, and we play at Zollner Golf Course on the campus of Trine University. We are currently ranked 18th in the state and are the first ever NE8 conference champion in any sport.
That is awesome.
Very cool. It's
awesome.
Very cool.
And a big congratulations to you as well. I meant to tell you that earlier. I saw you did the new spot with the Team of the Week on
that was
Channel
very nice.
21. That was awesome. You guys did a great job, and you can't tip your hat enough to the gals and you, obviously, for your leadership that you've exuded and showed and displayed over the years, not just this year as well. So, well done.
Thank you. It's kind of cool, and I like to, anytime I get the chance to spread the word on this point, is that how often do you get to be a conference champion, but not only a conference champion, but the first ever conference champion in that conference tournament or conference sport?
Right.
But here's the cool thing. We were the first ever conference champion from the tournament 2 years in a row, because last year was the first ever ACAC Girls Conference Golf Tournament.
Right.
And we won that. We switched conferences.
We just won it and left. Just mic drop. We're out.
Then we went to the NE8 and then won that first ever conference tournament. So that's really cool, because you don't play in a first ever conference tournament 2 years in a row because you don't switch conference tournaments there. Also, I want to point out to you this year that we got boys and girls soccer playing right now. The boys soccer team is having a pretty good season. I don't know their exact record, but they are both doing well. Not sure where they are in terms of their schedules, but we want to give a shout out to them. Thank you to my off-site production truck guy giving me a note about the boys soccer team. I think I covered everybody. Obviously, we have a lot of junior high sports, but we're not going to get into them. We have homecoming next week at Leo High School.
Indeed, we do.
Homecoming against the Belmont Braves coming into town. It's going to be a big night.
And it's going to be a change of pace, Paul. Obviously, as you mentioned before, you know, not just you guys in golf. We all moved conferences as a Leo school. So as we're usually used to seeing Heritage or maybe a Woodland back in the day for the homecoming, now we're going to have the Braves.
Belmont?
The Belmont Braves.
Well, we went from the Warriors to the Braves.
The Warriors to the Patriots to the Braves. Last year was Heritage.
Ah, yeah.
You sat that game out. I had to call that for you because you were out playing golf. Winning conference titles.
Something like that. So, yeah, it's a cool experience. We wish all the other sports teams at Leo well. Sectional already. I can't believe sectional already for us tomorrow. Our season hopefully will not be done. Hopefully we can move on to the regional next Saturday. So, let's see here. I'm trying to get an update on the weather, but it will not pull up the radar on my phone. I mean, I have the radar, but according to this, there's nothing on the radar. Look at that. Nothing. But we got lightning here, and I know there's storms in there.
Yeah, and if you see if I can one arm it up here. If you look at the stands on your screen, folks, there's a whole 3 Leo Lion fans in the crowd.
And they're leaving, rightfully so.
And they're taking off, and a number... And there they are. And a number of the Kendallville faithful, the East Noble faithful, are filing out of here as well. No official word if they've called the game or what the scenario is, but we're going to stay out here with you as long as we can till we get a word if they're going to call the game or wait it out for some more lightning to clear.
I think we'll take this opportunity. If anybody's listening, we can do our best Mike and Mike impersonation now and talk a little sports radio.
Your best,
what? Hey, why not? We got a microphone. We got a captive audience of Ryan Waybright, maybe 2 or 3 other people. And
there could be maybe 5 to 10 people listening.
There could be. There actually
6 to 7 might be my family.
I think the stats actually say that more people watch these broadcasts after the fact than do live.
That's probably right. I think in the neighborhood of 300 to 400 people, and I think that's from Scott Menser. That's a pretty accurate stat on the rebroadcast. So
which is great.
Yeah,
I thought I'd bring this up. Kevin and I were talking in the car on the way up because I heard some breaking news on ESPN radio today. There was the incident in Texas a few weeks ago about the 2 players who speared the official.
Yes, and that was huge. All over Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, any air quote social thing you look at, you saw the guy get clipped in the back and finished off by the other guy.
Yeah, and then there's been accusations of racial slurs and doing some other things. Well, evidently this morning there was an interview with I think it was George Stephanopoulos. I heard the name Stephanopoulos. I'm thinking George is the proper first name.
That is pretty accurate. Pretty sure.
But he was interviewing the 2 players. And the 2 players are now saying as part of their story that their coach told them to do it. So now you bring in a whole new set of interesting twists and turns.
Allegations.
Is it going to be players' word against coach's word, or did coach say something that they misinterpreted, or did coach say something actually say go hit him because he was making racial slurs or not,
or whatever the case may be.
It's
in society nowadays, the race is put into a lot of equations. Sometimes prematurely, sometimes not soon enough. And you're right. Initially, it just started out with, hey, this guy might have called us whatever, and then they put the hit on him, and now it could be kind of a New Orleans Saints bounty gate type thing where now the kids are saying, according to what you're telling me, is that hey, the coach told us to do it. What am I going to do?
Yeah, and there was the one news twist that I heard also was that there was a 3rd player that was asked to do it, and he did not. So
better job seemed to prevail.
This is just kind of what I was hearing on the radio, so it brings up an interesting discussion, and hopefully everybody down there they figure it out. I know it's not a situation anybody wants to be a part of, but there's no place. We will say flat out, there's no place for any kind of negativity towards any player or human being for that regard in terms of race, ethnicity, anything like that, especially from an adult towards kids. Shouldn't be saying anything like that, not whether he did or not. I'm just saying in general. But then again, the violent retaliation, whether it was ordered or whether it was requested or whether the kids did it on their own, irregardless, we hope and pray that nothing else like that will happen from anybody again. Oh, we have a nice little rain coming down right now.
Indeed. I can get up here at an angle. As you can see, a little bit of precipitation, a lot of precipitation.
I do not understand why it will not pull up my radar.
Well, likely it is an iPhone. What kind of phone is that? It's an iPhone. Okay, anyways, I digress. Steve Roberts along with Paul Newberg here at a extended halftime, literally seconds from the halftime kickoff.
Yeah, they
got out there, lined up, both teams ready to go, waiting for a whistle to blow. A flicker of lightning off in the distance, and now we got a 30-minute delay. I literally just saw another flicker of lightning about 25 seconds ago, so it should be at least 30 minutes from now. We're not sure how long they're going to keep this going. As you can see on the screen, if you're still tuned in, we thank you. But you can see the rain coming down fairly decently now. So that is going to put a damper on things, so to speak. And it's almost
a rain
9
delay.
o'clock.
It's a rain
past
delay.
My bedtime. So
we're not quite Harry Carey rain delays, but
right.
we're in rain delay.
I'm going to queue up a couple of video commercials here, and
Cubs references for Kevin Yale.
We'll see if we can get back to the live rain action after this.
It's not always about speed. It's not always about sponsors. It's not always about glamour. It's about getting the job done right. No matter what you have to push, pull, or move, New Holland and your local dealers are ready to help you finish like a champion. New Holland. It's not always about speed. It's not always about sponsors. It's not always about glamour. It's about getting the job done right. No matter what you have to push, pull, or move, New Holland and your local dealers are ready to help you finish like a champion. New Holland.
Live life to the fullest at Adams Woodcrest Villas and Apartments. Make new friends and take part in educational, inspirational, and just plain fun activities. Enjoy the best in maintenance-free independent living. Enjoy life at Adams Woodcrest Villas and Apartments in Decatur.
We listen.
And we help.
Behavioral health at Adams Memorial Hospital. Supportive so you're healthy in every way. We react.
And we heal.
Emergency services at Adams Memorial Hospital. Responsive so you're healthy in every way.
Okay, folks, we're back. We're dry.
We got some great live rain action for you here. So, yeah, we finally got the radar pulled up, you know. We are in the southern end of a little bit of a rainstorm, and it could be a little while. I'm not sure how long they will wait and delay. They could delay for a couple hours, probably. It's only, it's almost 9 o'clock, but they may try to delay this as long as they can before they start the second half.
We're hoping they get the second half underway. I'd like to put this baby to bed.
Yeah, there could be a possibility of a reschedule of finishing tomorrow. I would say that this game will be finished one way or the other because there's still enough time left that East Noble could actually come back in this game. So I'm guessing this will not be called. So we'll check Twitter and see if maybe we have any other updates, except I'm guessing everything is pretty much in delay. There might be some stuff south and east of here. West Noble and Fairfield are postponed till tomorrow. Adams Central's up 21-0 in the third quarter over Heritage, I believe. That's a little bit southeast of us, so they may not have. Oh, that was a nice bolt of lightning right there.
8:53, the recorded time.
Belmont leads Huntington North 27-13.
Okay,
that's another NE8 game. Angola 7-0 over Lakeland. Garrett 28, Eastside 0. Let's see here. Jay County leads Bluffton 22-0. A bunch of 45-6. Homestead over. I can't remember. Homestead.
Carroll.
No, Carroll's playing
Snyder.
Let's see here. Rain delay. 30-minute delay. Columbia City and DeKalb are delayed. Snyder 14, Carroll 7. Snyder just scored. Let's see here. Keep going. Belmont 27-13 into the third. Central Noble 35, Fremont 12, New Haven 32, Norwell 0. Norwell's having another tough season.
Yeah, they had a lot of room to improve. We'll say that.
Belmont, Caleb Hankerson takes it to the house on the first play of the fourth quarter with a 71-yard run. Extra point good, 34-13, Braves. Woodland 48-6 over Southern Wells. I think Woodland is the predominant favorite to pull away in the ACAC.
They did look good when we scrimmaged them in the first, when Leo scrimmaged them pre-season, if you will. The running back they have for themselves, number 45, that guy is a beast on top of a beast, running with a beast.
Oh, for Woodland.
Yes. Yeah.
Brocklin. No, I can't think of it. Has a relative, Norm Van Brocklin.
Yes, that is the right. That is right.
He's a distant, or he's a relative somewhere, a descendant of Norm Van Brocklin, who played in the NFL a long time ago, I believe is what the story is that I heard.
Okay. I'd buy that.
DeKalb and Columbia City have been postponed until 4 o'clock tomorrow. So a lot of action being canceled. I'm sure that's in discussion right now.
We're in the press box still here, waiting for the official word. Seeing a lot of the other press, if you will, pack up and head for home. Not sure exactly what the word is.
Thank you to we should also take a time and we'll keep thanking our sponsors, Marco Pizza, St. Francis, TW Fable, Grable Insurance, Subway. Anytime you get an opportunity to say thank you to those sponsors, that's great. If you are by chance a business owner and would be interested in sponsoring high school football or basketball in the Leo community, I'm sure, or in any other community, and would be interested, please contact Mr. Scott Menser. You can probably find an email address for him on the Voice Network, AllenCountyVoice.com.
Indeed. So, yeah, you mentioned University of St. Francis. They're known for quality academic options and dedicated professors. You'll discover the perfect program to fit your interest and goals. See for yourself what USF has to offer. Visit online at sf.edu. And by Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the coverage that you can afford and the best coverage at that. Grable Insurance on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park. Right
Thank
there
you.
in Leo. What's the word? Oh. The News Sentinel and the Journal Gazette. I have it on good authority from KJ that the news has left the building. Aha. So they're not too high on the thought of getting this one wrapped up. And we'll have to see. A lot of guys piling out of here. A lot more room in the old press box, Paul. Stretch our feet a little bit. We have an official time of 8:58 p.m. on a Friday evening, September 18th, the year of our Lord 2015. East Noble Knights, Leo Lions. The Leo is ahead 21-0. At the end of the first half, we were merely seconds, and I know I just mentioned it if you were listening and tuned in, merely seconds away from the opening kickoff of the second half where Leo had won the toss and was going to receive, and a flicker of lightning off in the distance postponed things. And here we are, pushing 9 o'clock Eastern, and have yet to see a second half. So we're seeing some precipitation still. It's let up a little bit from what it was doing earlier, Paul. And who knows? Might get this thing going for the second half, might not.
Yeah, might not. They haven't called it yet, but we'll see what they do here. We've still got plenty of time left on the half hour from that last lightning strike.
So a couple other great sponsors that we deal with that help bring you this broadcast of an empty field and empty stands is not only University of St. Francis and Grable Insurance, like we mentioned earlier, but New Holland Tri-County. Get the new Rustler utility vehicle at New Holland, Paul. It combines the rugged construction and gritty performance with comfort. Numerous choices to choose from. Visit New Holland Tri-County on Highway 1 South in Bluffton for the Rustler utility vehicle.
Rugged and gritty. Kind of sounds like our defense.
You could call our defense some rustlers.
Rustlers. They're rustlers. The Rinker Rustlers. There we go.
That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
Okay.
I mean, Rinker had a great game. He got in there a couple good times. He had a pass deflected on a 4th down and fairly long, and that got the turnover for Leo as we see some extra lightning off in the distance. So reset the clock at 9 p.m. We're going to go at 9:30 if we don't see a single shred of electricity in the air touch down with the ground. Okay, and now I'm also told that the Kendallville radio broadcasters have left the building. Not a lot of high hopes for keeping this thing going. Yeah, last voice standing. I like it.
Is that the newest in reality game shows?
In fake reality shows.
Because we do live in a fake reality.
No, yeah. Nowadays. But in all reality, Indiana Physical Therapy does a good job of bringing us the moving pictures and our voices on the voice. Their highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments, and they accept all insurances, which is a pretty big deal. There's not a lot of outfits out there that accept any kind of insurance.
Yeah, that's good.
For more information on IPT, Indiana Physical Therapy, or to schedule an appointment, visit IndianaPT.com. That's IndianaPT.com.
Maybe they could help me with my ailing back.
Absolutely. You'd probably shave 4 strokes off your game.
If I had a game right now.
Coming
from the golf.
You're the golf coach. Of course you got a game.
Well, yeah.
I think I shot like 87 last time I was out. Which for me is okay, I suppose, but you'd probably want to hang yourself if you shot 87.
I don't think I'd want to hang myself. I might.
Well, maybe
I might put away my clubs on purpose.
Maybe that's an extreme. You might do the old putter throw into some body of water in Cedar Creek.
No, because then it's too expensive to replace the putter.
That's true.
You'd
go for like the three iron.
The ball toss would be better. Throw the ball in the water.
That's a cop out.
That's a cheap way of doing it.
Fair enough.
So
more lightning as we get the word. Reset the clock to 9:02 p.m. So it looks like most everyone's bailing out.
Yeah, a lot of the cars back behind the stadium are gone. People sit in the cars. So
twiddle the thumbs. What do you do, right?
How about play some messages from our sponsors?
We'll see if they'll go. Let's cue a couple up here. See, we'll try the Fort Wayne YMCA, the Grable Insurance, Indiana Physical Therapy, Marco's Pizza. That's true. KJ mentioned we could just give the post-game award right now, and you only get half of it. You got a golf section. I'm going to go over and watch my son's golf section. Yeah, so we're not 100% sure if they're going to play the second half another day or if it's going to be called or what. Did you mean to turn me down? You just turned
me down.
No, you turned me. I'm this one. That's you. Anyways, we're going to roll with some commercials, and we'll be back here shortly. Indiana Voice. AllenCountyVoice.com.
Taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can happen and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best.
Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop in the office on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park, directly across from Higher Grounds Coffee House, and see Ray Gage or Arnie Myers. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of East Allen County High School athletics. Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com. You know that Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo offers delicious pizza. But did you also know they have wings, subs, bread, and many other items that are also delicious? And did you know you could order online at marcospizza.com? And did you know they have catering to help out with that party, meeting, or any event? And did you know they have carry-out and delivery? Well, now you know. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo has pizza and so much more. You can get carry-out, delivery, catering, and order online, or call them at 627-2227. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo.
It took Subway restaurants to do flatbread sandwich great, fresh roasted until its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. You may have had other flatbread, but once you sink your teeth into this appetite-busting mountain of flavor, you'll know this is the real deal. Get any of your Subway favorites on our full-flavor flatbreads and let your taste buds sink into the delicious depth of goodness. Subway of Bluffton, eat fresh with 2 locations to serve you in North Main and inside Walmart.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you are looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. T.W. Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360. This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe. Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can happen and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best.
Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop in the office on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park, directly across from Higher Grounds Coffee House, and see Ray Gage or Arnie Myers. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of East Allen County High School athletics. Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com. You know that Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo offers delicious pizza. But did you also know they have wings, subs, bread, and many other items that are also delicious? And did you know you could order online at marcospizza.com? And did you know they have catering to help out with that party, meeting, or any event? And did you know they have carry-out and delivery? Well, now you know. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo has pizza and so much more. You can get carry-out delivery, catering, and order online, or call them at 627-2227. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo.
It took Subway restaurants to do flatbread sandwich great, fresh roasted until its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. You may have had other flatbread, but once you sink your teeth into this appetite-busting mountain of flavor, you'll know this is the real deal. Get any of your Subway favorites on our full-flavor flatbreads and let your taste buds sink into the delicious depth of goodness. Subway of Bluffton, eat fresh with 2 locations to serve you in North Main and inside Walmart.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you are looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. T.W. Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360. This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
Folks, if you are listening to my voice right now, I have to thank you for staying on so long. Steve Roberts back on the air with now Kevin Yale.
Yeah, we're back at East Noble, and we have received word. Tonight's game is officially postponed. We could see that coming.
Yeah, along with the 83 million lightning strikes.
There are no fans left, and about 6 of us in the press box, and they're ready to turn out the lights. The game will resume at 10 a.m. on Saturday. That's tomorrow. So the Lions will go home, try and dry their uniforms, get a short night's sleep, have some breakfast, and come back here. They'll probably be on the field at 9 a.m. and kick off tomorrow at 10 a.m.
I am not 100% sure, but I think the fans who showed up tonight should probably get a rain check for the second half, I would imagine, if you kept your ticket stubs. We got a 24 hours and 45 minutes from kickoff of the second half here from East Noble High School in Kendallville, Indiana. It's 21-0 currently as it sits. Too much rain, too much lightning for this game, folks. Kevin Yale along with Steve Roberts. I think we're going to try and bring you the broadcast tomorrow morning.
We will do our best, but we have to work some schedules out.
Yeah, if you follow me or Kevin on Facebook, I'll have an official word once we get our bearings and know what's going on. But nonetheless, a good first half for the Lions, and they are going to receive the ball when we do resume the second half. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., I'll say it for now, so long, from Kendallville, Indiana. This is Steve Roberts and Kevin Yale for The Voice.